Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is MADDENMONEYSHOT, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. Got another Madden 20 preview video for you guys. I'm totally into this X Factor thing. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I think that's going to be one of the best changes to Madden in a long time. I think it's going to be super fun. It's going to make the game, it's just going to make Madden fun again, which it really wasn't that fun last year. It really wasn't that great, but I have a lot of hope for this X Factor thing. But what I would like to do in this video is I would like to give you the ones that I think are going to be the cheesiest, the ones that you're going to want to find, the players that you're going to want to find and get on your ultimate team or on your, CFM, whatever. You're going to want to get these players on your team because these X Factors, I think, are going to be that cheap and cheesy that it's going to really help you win a lot of games. Other than that, like I said, this is all incomplete information. There's going to be more information released over time, especially once the game comes out. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. This is from the beta, so it doesn't have everything in it, and these things could change. But for right now, this is what we know about the game. So let's go ahead and start off the list. I definitely think some of the best ones are on quarterbacks. I don't want to spend too much time just rattling off ones for the quarterbacks, but I definitely got to point out some of these better ones. I mean, to me, the quarterback is half the game. I mean, it's essentially most of your offense, and on defense, there's not one player really that dictates an entire game like the quarterback does on offense. I mean, we all know it's the most important position in sports. So I'm going to go over a couple more. I'm going to try to rattle them off kind of quick because, like I said, I want to make the whole video just about the quarterbacks. One player in particular, though, I definitely have to just basically break him down. Tom Brady has so many X Factors. I'm just going to go off on him right now. I'm not even going off on, Tom Brady for years because he's a slow pocket QB. A lot of people don't like using him. But looking at all these X Factors that he has, he might suddenly make a comeback and be one of the most popular quarterbacks in the game. I mean, number one is clutch. Of course he's a clutch quarterback. I don't know how many other quarterbacks should have clutch, but as of right now, the only quarterback we know that has clutch is Tom Brady. So midway through the fourth quarter, this is what the ability does. Midway through the fourth quarter in close games, players with this ability can easily enter and remain in the zone. So basically, you might have to just complete a pass to be in the zone. It doesn't specify as of right now, but it's definitely, that's really cool. I like that. But some of these other ones are even better. Hot Route Master. Tom Brady will have the ability to access 4 extra hot routes during pre-play adjustments, which is really cool for somebody like me. I really like designing plays, so I'm gonna have to mess with Tom Brady quite a bit. He's also got Conductor, which people that play MUT are pretty familiar with. He can make all the hot route and blocking assignments twice as fast, excluding audibles. He has Protected. Protected basically means your linemen are going to block better. Another thing that a lot of people, I was just talking to guys complaining about the blocking in the game. So now if you have somebody who has the Protected X Factor, he's going to receive better blocking, which that sounds amazing. It makes your whole offensive line better just because you have him. I mean, that sounds like it's going to be extra OP. If you can have extra time in the pocket in any way that you can get it, that's amazing. I think homers are a pretty good one too. This is for players that are playing at home. They can enter their X Factor zone that much easier because they're playing in front of a home crowd. I think that's pretty cool. As of right now, the only person I see that has that is Ben Roethlisberger. Last but not least, high-low Deadeye. This one here, for people that like to use the high-low, I know in the past, the high-low passing could be very dominant, especially in red zone areas and stuff like that. If you have high-low Deadeye, which at the moment I'm not aware of any quarterbacks that have it. It's something that's in the game, but I don't see anybody listed as having it. But basically, all high and low passes are thrown with perfect accuracy. So just imagine, that's a pro favorite tool to throw high-low passes. Just imagine if your quarterback has that now. That's going to be very hard to stop. It's going to change the trajectory of passing lanes and trying to get in front of them. I think it's going to give people a lot of problems. So, like I said, I don't know what quarterback has that, but that's something you're going to want to pay attention to, whoever has it. And then just like every other one, 5-yard passes, and if you throw repeated incompletions, it gets them out of it. You don't have to sack them. It's based off of them basically throwing bad passes or you breaking it up to an extent. So, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to do any more for quarterbacks. Looking at some of the ones for running backs, I think Pin and Pull Guru, which is basically a ball carrier that's running a pitch or a toss or a counter, which are pretty much the most popular plays to run. I mean, people don't typically run, I would say, inside zone. They also have an inside zone guru. Those are probably the most, tosses and pitches and inside zones are probably the most popular runs. So to have something that makes those more effective is going to be huge. And basically what they do is they're going to create better blocking in those type of run plays. So Ezekiel Elliott has inside zone guru. I'm sure more running backs will. But basically every time you run an inside zone, he's going to get better blocking. How huge is that? Pin and pull guru. Like I said, every time you run a pitch, a toss, a counter, ask yourself, how often do you run those type of plays? That's 3 different type of plays, by the way. Ezekiel Elliott, as far as I can tell, only has inside zones, which, like I said, those are huge. But I'd much rather have one that has 3 different type of run plays and basically get better blocking on all 3 different types, typically, which are more explosive too. Pitches, tosses, counters, those are more explosive run plays. So Melvin Gordon at the moment is the only running back that I see that has that. As far as the running back, X factors go, they're all basically based off of a move like jukebox. You're gonna be able to juke better. You know what I mean? Tariq Cohen, Melvin Gordon. Once again, Melvin Gordon's got a lot. Arm bar, obviously, you're gonna have better stiff arms. You got spin cycle. You're gonna do better spin moves. You know what I mean? It's like these things aren't very creative like the quarterback ones, in my opinion. But that's something that's definitely worth. They're definitely good, but I don't really want to add them to this list. But I'm just making you guys aware of that if you don't know. The receivers, I mean, the one that I've already mentioned that I think is one of the better ones is Double Me, which basically, to me, it sounds like rocket catching is going to be what you earn, which, there's a lot of receivers that have it. But basically, you're going to have an increased success rate on aggressive catches in single coverage. So if you're in single zone, basically, if you're going to cover 3, he's got a one-on-one with your corner. He's probably going to beat your corner. So Mike Evans, AJ Green, DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, the best receivers, Travis Kelce, Adam Thielen, and Michael Thomas all have that. And then once again, to get into that, it's pretty easy. All you really have to do is make a 20-plus yard catch. That's 20 yards in the air and catch the ball. And if you to stay in that, if you get a forced incompletion, you're going to get knocked out of it. Which that can actually be kind of easy to get you out of it. But that's something that like I said, I said in the past, rocket catching might be back from that perspective. On the defensive side, I think the most thought after X factor is going to be shutdown. Shutdown. We've all heard of shutdown cornerbacks. This is not, there's more than cornerbacks that have this ability, though. As you can see, Luke Kuechly and Bobby Wagner, Luke Kuechly, whatever you say his name, and Bobby Wagner have this from the linebacker position, which is awesome. I mean, if you want to, if somebody's beating you up with the tight end, you can man one of these guys to the tight end, and it should take them out of the game. But, like I said, mostly corners have it. Chris Harris Jr., Byron Jones, Richard Sherman, Jalen Ramsey, and Stephon Gilmore. So basically, once they enter the zone, what's going to happen is their coverage is going to be tighter, and interceptions are going to be more frequent on contested catches. So, that's, to me, if you can get 2 cornerbacks that have this ability on both sides, I know there probably won't be a ton of quarterbacks that have it, but if you can get that done, you're going to be locking down on the outside. That's going to change your entire defense. Now, it says you get into the zone by forcing incompletions, and you get knocked out of it by allowing yards. So that's going to be something that we don't really know. It doesn't really say how many yards, but when it says allowing yards, it could easily be like 5. You know what I mean? So who knows? But that's really going to depend. Those variables are really going to depend on how dominant this really is, based off of how many yards and how many forced completions you have to make. Now, to go along with shutdown, they have individual ones based off of zone and man. Like I said, a lot of these aren't too creative, but basically if you have man up, defenders with this ability will play tighter coverage and force more catch knockouts in man-to-man or zoned out, which is the exact same thing in zone coverage. So, it's think about it. You know what I mean? Like I said, they didn't get too creative with these, but they're still good ones to have. And then they have ones like universal coverage, which is a guy that can do both, like a Jalen Ramsey, who's probably the best cornerback in the league. So whether it's man-to-man or whether it's zone, he's going to be the guy to have. I mean, I can tell you just based off of that. If he has universal coverage and he also has shut down, you know what I mean? So it's like he's basically going to be just an elite shutdown corner, shutting down half the field. There's nothing else to really say about that. So that's it. That's the vid. I'm not going to go into too many more other than that. Hopefully, if you guys like that, if you want to see me do more videos like this, do me a favor, hit the like button. I'll do that. Other than that, thanks for watching Mad Money Shit Out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.